Hello people, welcome back to the channel. Don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe to the Propaganda Machine. This is the match preview for Chelsea versus Arsenal. Some say this is make or break for the Gunners season, and I tend to agree. We are now 7 points off the leaders Liverpool, and we play the last game of the weekend. So there is a potential we could be 10 points off the top by the time kickoff arrives. Man City could also be 8 points clear of us as well. So it is not looking good for us this coming weekend unless we can get a result. It is win or bust. There is no alternative, no option, no anything. Because if we don't get the results, you can say the league is done. Because I cannot see Arsenal turning around a 10-point and 8-point gap potentially from this moment onwards. We'll look at some match facts in this game. Did you know in 1915 Chelsea slapped Arsenal 9-0? Oh, that was a beating. Some of you might have been there. Nah, doubt it. But maybe one or two of you might have been there for this one. 49 years later, Arsenal exacted the revenge, beating Chelsea 13-1. This is a historic rivalry. Both teams, both fan bases hate each other, especially since 2003 onwards. Roman Abramovich came to Chelsea. Arsenal were the dominant side in London. Literally had won 12 league titles. Chelsea, I believe, had only won one. But the tide started to change as Roman Abramovich pumped a lot of money and investment into Chelsea, and they become the dominant side in London, picking up 5 Premier Leagues in the next 20 years, as well as 2 Europa Leagues and the big ones, 2 Champions Leagues, as well as multiple domestic honours. In that time period, Arsenal built a new stadium. Yes, they did get an Invincibles, but that was in 2004. Ever since then, it's been regression. Regression, regression, regression. Only picking up FA Cups. Only challenging a handful of times. Chelsea now, Abramovich is gone. They're under new ownership. The Bowley and Clearlake group. And it's only starting to seem like they're getting it right now, as they finished 12th and 6th in the first 2 years. But now, Chelsea, they're in the Champions League positions, they're in 4th. Arsenal, on the other hand, are in 5th. It's big, big regression. But this fixture, it favours Arsenal. Arsenal have won most of the games in this fixture. And in the last 10 games, Chelsea have only won once, losing 7 times and 2 draws. So it's heavily weighted in Arsenal's favour, as well as Mikel Arteta has never lost an away game against Chelsea. 5 matches he's played there, I believe it's 3 victories and 2 draws, or it might be the other way around. Either way, he is undefeated. But Arsenal have 2 wins in the last 6, 1 in the last 5. It is very, very scary times for Arsenal. Chelsea, they've won 4 of their last 5 at home. And like I said, Arsenal's only won 1 of the last 5 away. So it does look like it could be a home win for Chelsea. Although some of those victories have come in the conference against, I don't know, was it Noah's Ark yesterday? They battered 8-0 and Genk. So it's a bit of a, you could say a false stat, but you can only beat who you play against. But now we'll take a look at some injury news. Going into this game, Chelsea, they seem to only have a few injury doubts. Cole Palmer, but I believe he will play in this game. Jadon Sancho, he seems to have had a mystery illness which has been plaguing him for a few weeks now. So those are the only 2 players that are doubts for Chelsea. Arsenal, on the other hand, Tierney, Tomiyasu, Calafiori, all out and unavailable. But suffered a very, very serious injury in midweek. Declan Rice, apparently he's got a broken toe, but he wants to play on. And Merino also suffered a head injury as well, as he was punched in the head by the goalkeeper of Inter Milan. Now, with that in mind, we'll go into my predicted lineup. It will be David Raya in goal, back 4, Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, Ben White. The midfield, Thomas Partey, Declan Rice, and Martin Odegaard. Arteta said everyone that is in the matchday squad will be fit and available to start the game. So I believe he will start as captain, as this game is make or break for the season. Front 3, Saka, Havertz, and Martinelli. So that's what I would go with. What would you guys go with? Let me know. Now we can look at a few things in this game. The midfield. Chelsea's midfield have been on fire this season. Caicedo and Lavia have cemented an outstanding partnership. Caicedo, we were all laughing at him when he signed for Chelsea, but this season we are seeing the Caicedo from Brighton. He has picked up tremendous form. Could that be because he's being complemented by Lavia instead of Enzo Fernandez? Maybe. But one thing that is for certain, Arsenal are going to need to stop them from feeding the ball into Cole Palmer, because he is the danger man. They say he's an injury doubt, but I know he's going to play. I think we all know he's going to play. He's not going to miss it again, because last season he missed it and it was a 5-0 loss at the Emirates. So the likes of Declan Rice, Thomas Partey, and Odegaard, they are all going to need to be on their job in this game. There is going to be no room for error. And another area of the pitch. This is probably the main 2 areas of the pitch. Arsenal's defence and Chelsea's defence. Yes, they've said Arsenal have a very good defence, but from what we've seen this season, that is not the case. They are not working well as a unit, because now they've conceded 6 times in a row in the Premier League. If they concede again, it will be 7 games in a row without a clean sheet, which for the best so-called defense in the league, that is not acceptable. Chelsea, on the other hand, they've conceded in their last 6 home fixtures. Can you see where I'm going here? If I'm a betting man, both teams to score. You can probably put your house on it because they both conceded in 6 games in a row, one in both competitions and one at home. So there's no doubt that there's going to be goals. Bukayo Saka, Martinelli, Trossard, there's loads of players that have goals against Chelsea. For Chelsea, I believe Mudryk scored last season, but that was a cross. And Cole Palmer got the goals. So those are the only two that have goals against Arsenal. Probably Pedro Neto as well, actually. But this game will probably be decided in both boxes. Who is the most clinical attack? Arsenal, we've not looked great going forward. We've looked like a shell of ourselves. Chelsea, on the other hand, they look dangerous in attack. And last night, they just got 8 goals. They've filled their boots, and that is just the subs. The subs have filled their boots. The first team have been filling their boots. So, this is probably going to be a shootout. That is one thing you can probably guarantee. Goals. So, I'm going to go straight into my prediction. I don't believe we need much of a preview or a tactical breakdown because the only thing that is going to matter in this game is passion, desire, and hunger. That is it. Whoever shows more desire and belief will probably come out on top in this game. Sprinkle that in with who have the better finishers. We will probably find out in this game because there's going to be chances galore. And my prediction for this game is 3-2 to Arsenal. All week I've been thinking 2-2, 2-2, 2-2, 2-2, but something's just telling me Arteta, he usually pulls these results out of nowhere. When it looks like everything is against him, he usually finds it. And funnily enough, in his biggest crises, the team that is up next is Chelsea. The 3-1 game when we were sitting in 15th, when we beat them and Saka scored what was like a cross shot at the Emirates. And then the game where I think we'd lost 3 in a row in the top 4 race. And then we went to Chelsea and beat them 4-2. Eddie Nketiah scoring 2 goals. So this is usually Arteta's get out card. And maybe he's gonna run out of luck. Maybe this is the time. It might be 3-2 the other way. So don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. Don't go anywhere. 4:30 Sunday, Chelsea vs Arsenal. A game you don't want to miss. Guys, don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe to the channel. Bless.